Hi, I'm back and I sorted out the problem. I'm so sorry, it was all my own fault and I should have known better. Last night after I'd finished my live and when I turned off my machine in the evening, I decided to unplug the USB port that I have separately for my video equipment, and on the basis that I'll remember to plug it in tomorrow. And of course I didn't, so it didn't have enough power to keep operating the camera. So although you could see the desk, I was waving my hands and nothing was happening. So finally, I do apologise, we are live and I am here. My name's Jenny McCormack and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley. Hi Fran. Market town of Brackley, and I'm in Northamptonshire here in the UK. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your patience if you have logged back into my Gemini Cross Facebook page. I know Jeanette was there. Hi Jeanette. Thank you. Thank you for the welcome. I am back. And yes, operator error. It usually is the case. That'll teach me to try and save some electricity, because it didn't really work, did it? Okay, let me show you quickly what I've done during the week. You will have seen some of these cards already on my Facebook page. So these were ones that I've made mostly at Coffee and Card using this fun stamp set, hi Brenda, called Coffee with Friends. As you can see, it's got three main images: the little girl or girl on a bench, or could just be on a bench. Let's stick with that. Two girls on a bench and the croissant with the cups of coffee. So those are the three main images. Let me quickly run through these. So I've done this one on one of our new Nested Essentials dies and used some patterned paper behind. Let's move that out of your way. I've got this one with the croissant, and I've used the croissant stamp with the cups as the background. Hopefully you can see that. And then again used one of our new Nested Essentials dies. Here's the two girls on the bench, and I picked out the Poppy Parade shirt that I'd coloured in with the Blends pens and popped it onto some Poppy Parade paper. This one is very similar to the other one, but I did a little bit of work in the background using one of the masks, but I'm not sure that you can see much of that online. A couple of the girls again with some patterned paper, and then we've got this one here. This is one that I did online with the Orchid Oasis background, and I did the Orchid Oasis jeans in the same colour, and we used Relax from another stamp set and covered up part of the sentiment just to get the word relax. And this is one I did at Coffee and Card with that lovely pretty fresh fuchsia background. So I had the idea, and I'm sure I've seen this, but I was trying to track it down. I was going to use the Grove dies. So these are ones that create this lovely tree scene, and I've cut one in black and one in white. And my idea, whether it will work or not is another matter, hopefully it will, is to use these but pop the image of the girls on the bench in here, so you get the view of them in there. So that's my plan. Whether that will work is another matter altogether. So I've got a black one, but I've also got a white one that I thought I could colour in, probably with my blending brushes. Just do some brown for the trees and then some green for the tree canopy at the top and green around the edges. So that's my approximate plan. So I've got a couple of pieces here that I can use because these will be interchangeable. I might end up with both, I might end up with just one. We will see. So, and I've got some granny apple green backing, and then I've got some white card for our base. So let's crack on, as I've kept you waiting long enough. So what I'm going to do is position this on here, and these happen to be about the same size, give or take. And I'm going to grab a pencil, take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm just going to draw a little bit of a line where this main image is. Okay. Now it may be that I trim a little bit of this tree out if I need to. For example, this comes over quite a long way, so I might trim a little bit of that out. But now I've got that approximate position there, and I'm just going to mark this little bit at the bottom, just very lightly, because that's where I want to stamp the main part of my image to be sat in there. So let's pop this on a block and see what we can do. I hope everybody's had a good day. Okay, I'm just going to go for it, because I can always do another one if I need to, because I'm not sure how much of this we're going to see. So also not sure on the scale either, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, so I'm just bringing this down a little bit. I do need to keep them straight. So I can see from my pencil lines that that's going to fit in quite nicely. And if I put this over, you can see I could potentially move this a little bit, like so. If I put the black one on, you'll see it a little bit better, like so. So it's almost like we're looking at them, looking out to sea or wherever they might be. So this one here is quite a little bit over her head, so I might trim this little bit one out. And what I'm going to do is first of all rub out my pencil line so I can't see anymore. Let's grab that. You won't really see the ones at the bottom because they're going to be cut off a little bit. Okay, that will do. Alright, this is an easier one for you to see what I'm aiming at. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the background, I'm going to put blue sky, and then I'll decide whether or not to do the black, which obviously would be quicker for an evening, or whether to do the white and colour this. What I might do is the black one and then go on and colour the other one in. So I've just stamped that with Pebbled Path. Going to grab some ink. So I have got some balmy blue. I'm laughing because the dye's just jumped onto my magnet. And so I have a blue blending brush. I'm going to pick up some of this and I know some of this is going to be covered up, so look away if this makes you feel a little bit dizzy. And you can use some torn off paper if you want the effect of clouds or anything like that. And I know there's a few gaps in the trees. Like that. Okay, let's see what that looks like with the piece on top. Let's do this one. Okay, so it can go quite a bit darker when I've got the black on. Hopefully you can see some of the blue, but it is quite amazingly quite subtle. So let's go in a bit harder with more colour. So I hope everybody's had a good day. As I said, it's been busy for me here today. Not to help with my technical issues. But we got there in the end. I shouted out to my son, who's my technical wizard, to come and help. And then as I was explaining to him what the problem was, I realised exactly what I'd done. He's good at that. He'll turn up just as I find something. It's almost like he's sort of zoned into it. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. That's better. So they could be looking out to sea, it could be mountains behind. If you wanted to, you could do a complete scene behind this, but you don't see a great deal of it. Hopefully you can see that through there. I might put a little bit more around this edge. And if you wanted to, you could just use a scrap of paper. Hello cats, I hope you're well. Not on the bus this evening then. So if you're worried about going over that area, just tear off a piece of thin scrap paper. So that you don't go over too much. Like so. Oh, looks like I've got a bit of cloud there, whether I want it or not. Didn't mean it to be quite so dramatic. Just goes to show, doesn't it, how effective it is. Cat's at home. Good. Right, so just colouring this background in. Let's see what that looks like. So it looks really bright and bold, but when we add that in, it really does dilute it. Okay, so I am going to trim a little bit of this tree away, I think, just so that she's not quite so hidden, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, just adding a bit more here at the bottom, and I want to get rid of that really strong line. Got a little bit carried away. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do very quickly is colour in my ladies that are looking out. I might add a little bit of, just add some green blends pen I think at the bottom, Not that you're going to see very much actually, I'm not sure that we'll see any, to be honest, because this is going to cover that up. I suppose I could move this over a little bit and like so. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much difference, is there? So in fact I don't need to do the bit at the bottom because their legs are going to be hiding that all away. Quickly grab some colours, take my glasses off. So I've got Tahitian tie that I'm going to use for this lady on the left. Hi Scott. Nice to have you join us. I hope you've had a good couple of days. So that's, oh, and there's a bit here. And then just a very light touch for her shirt in between the slats of the bench. Okay, that's that one. Let's add some hair colour. Oh, jolly good, Scott, I'm pleased to hear that. So this lady is brunette. So she's going to have a little headband to match her top, like so. And then what I can do is keep putting this panel over to see what I do or don't need to colour in. Okay, so what have I got? Light soft succulent will do for her. Shorts, trousers, skirt, no, they've got to be trousers. There we go. I don't even need to do the shoes. Oh, well done. Well done, and I hope it's not too long before you have to do the reverse journey and take her all the way back out again. Bless you, the things we do, huh? Okay, so I'm just going to do this bench. So this is dark crumb cake that I'm using. Like so. And then I'm just going to use light. So what you can do is take this one and actually colour these panels. So I will do one maybe after and share it with you, but the principle is the same. So there we go. I'm not doing any particularly clever blending, I'm literally just colouring it in. So, and you could certainly use other methods of colouring in, so watercolour pencils would be good. Let's see what we've got. Light bubble bath, we'll have a pale pink. So I'm just wondering where all of her belongings are now located, Scott. There we go. I've got dark lemon lolly, which would do perfectly for blonde hair. So, and let's have light blue. Got light balmy blue for her jogging bottoms. Oh dear, Scott, yes, I'm not surprised. So I hope she's not at home for too long in that case. Right, let's just colour these in really quickly to do the bottom of the bench, and then just the skin tone, and then we'll layer this up together, see what it looks like. So the Grove dies match the stamp set called Grassy Grove that I used for a class in a box a little while ago. Sorry, I'm just looking for light petal pink for the skin tone. I've got dark petal pink, which I think will be okay because it's only a small amount. Do it like that. There we go. And of course, I can't find light petal pink anywhere. This will be the one that fell out in my bag. Okay, there we go. Right, just quickly do those. Oops. Right, let's see what we're looking like. Off to cook dinner. Excellent, enjoy. Thank you, Scott. Okay, so I think I am going to trim just this little bit here. Just so it's not covering so much of this girl's head. And you could do a really lovely sunset in the background. In fact, that was one of the cards that we created, was a sunset behind there. So there we go. I think that will do the job. So this is light balmy blue. Just want to fill this in either side of the bench. Here, here. Obviously that's a little bit more tricky with the blending brush. There we go. Right. That's going to go like that, and I've got a white card card base here. Happens to open sideways. Now originally I was going to place this on a layer of Granny Apple Green, but I think because I've just got blue sky and nothing else, I'm not going to introduce the new colour. I'm just going to do it exactly like that. So I'm going to pop this on behind here first so I can trim any excess off. And I might even take a little bit more of this. Don't ever be afraid to cut elements of any die cuts to suit your finished card. There we go. And now they're featuring more centrally in our panel without so much being cut off. Let's have a look. See. I think I'm going to position it about there. So what I'm going to do is draw down here. Not that I've got much of anything left in that pencil, and just take that little bit off because I don't want it to come outside of the layer. Just going to trim that. Thank you, cat. And it doesn't matter if it's slightly smaller, I just don't want it any bigger. I'll take a little bit off all round because I know there's quite a reasonable border. And I'll take a little bit of the bottom as well. Now if you've got any scenery designer series paper, like the ones that we had with the sea and the seashore, that would be lovely behind here as well. You could stamp the girls onto the scene and then put this on top. So I think I'm just going to position those so that they are central like that. So what I'm going to do is just put the glue on the back of here and just dot some a little bit around the edge. I can get my glue to talk to me. There we go. Like so. And then just dot a few bits here and there. The whole panel is going to go flat, so you don't have to go mad and have it completely covered. Okay, so let's get this position as we want it. There we go. And that's going to go onto our white card. I'm just going to put that on with glue. I'm not going to put it on with dimensionals. It's a little bit of white card right at the edge, but because it's going on white card, I'm not going to worry about trimming that little bit down. So glue on the reverse, check the card is opening the right way. This is the side fold, like so. And then you could add a sentiment to that. find the stamp set. So coffee with a friend is like happiness in a cup. I don't know whether that's what that's going to look like on the side. I think that will work as a small piece. I've got a scrap here. I'm just going to stamp it on there, I think. Sorry, I know that's a little bit low stamping, but we've just got that on the bottom. I'm just going to trim that fairly close. I do it times 40. So just going to trim this fairly close in. Not very straight there. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, I've got more space on the right hand side. I could also put it up here, I guess. That would also work, wouldn't it? Let's just trim it slightly. Just trim it this way. And just do a little banner. So down the centre line and then in from each side. But that didn't quite work, did it? There we go. Might make that even smaller actually. So either at the bottom or maybe for balance it fits better at the top. I think it does. And I'm going to cut a little bit more of this off and a little bit more of this. That's better. And I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. One and two. It definitely sits better at the top, doesn't it, Brenda? You just have to try these things, don't you, in different places and then see. So I'm just trying to get this even, like that. There we go. Coffee with a friend is like happiness in a cup. So that was that's achieved what I wanted to achieve, which was using the Grove dies to create that foreground. So what I will do, I won't finish it now, but I just want to show you how I would go about this. And that is, I'm going to use this, but actually colour in this whole panel. I will just use blending brushes because generally that is quite a quick process. I've got a little bit of green on here, so I would just, oh sorry if it's wobbling, pop some green across the bottom, like so. Obviously I'll make this darker in turn, and then some brown here, and you could colour this with blends, watercolour pencils, aqua painter. Just if you're using water and an aqua painter and ink, just don't get it too wet. There we go, like so. put a little bit in here and in here. Because you can go over in more detail with the blends, with your blends pens. Looking for light crumb cake. Can't see it. Okay, so now I'm going to take the green, and then I've got granny apple green and I've got garden green. So what you can do is use both of those. So use the lighter one first, and then you don't have to worry about cleaning your brush, like so. I'll do a little bit more down here. And I'm going to finish this off. I just want to show you what you could do with a white panel. And then pick up some darker green. This is garden green, but you could use shaded spruce, anything like that. And then you can just stipple this on top. If you can see that. You can see the difference. Probably not, but just do little patches of the darker green. Now this brown that's on there is quite an orangey brown. Not quite sure what colour it's had on it. So what you can do is just use a blends pen. This is dark crumb cake, and just add a little bit of detail. Like so. I'll put this on a clear piece in a minute, and then you'll see it a little bit better. You're going to tell me you prefer this one now, aren't you? Okay. Right, let's grab a piece of white card to put underneath so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. So you get quite a different look. Actually, I rather like it now I've done that. Here it is. Let me lift it up to the screen. So you could actually put this with a pale blue backing and stamp the ladies on the bench and actually just cut round them, although you'd have to be careful of this bit here, and then put them on top. But that is exactly the effect that I was looking for. So I've used granny apple green across the bottom, and you could stamp on here as well if you wanted, with some foliage or grass of some kind. Actually, in the Grassy Grove stamp set there is some grass across the bottom, and then I stippled across the top granny apple green, then I added garden green just in small doses, and then I've used the blends pen on top of that. So I will stamp the girls, and let's just do that so you can see them as they're stamped, but I won't sit and colour them in because you've seen me do that already, and I'm sure you've got better things to do with your evening. Okay, let's just pop these in here like that. Cassie's getting impatient for a walk. Thank you, Jeanette. I will have a good weekend, and you too, my dear. Okay. So I've got the little bit gone round the outside where that aperture is. Find my stamp. Like that. And just work out roughly where that's got to go. Oh, yeah, don't drop it. Just as well I'm going to put something behind, isn't it? Although it doesn't, you can see it a little bit, but I will put some blue in there. So again, I'm going to trim this a little piece out here, or I could just have them a little bit further along. You could also cut out, let's just try that. I'm just going to cut this piece here completely. Let's take this one. So I've got a bigger aperture. There we go. A bigger aperture to play with, and I could still trim off a little bit of this. And it's quite nice because it's not a sort of, it's what's the word, sort of asymmetrical piece. There we go. So I've made that bigger by cutting that one off. So this is actually a little bit more centrally now. So I might re-stamp that so I haven't got the mark of the drop stamp on there, and then just finish that one off. But I hope you like that one too. So quite a different look to it. But the thing is, use what you've got and make it work for you. So if it's too big or too small, just adjust any part of it to fit you a little bit better. Okay, just put a little bit brown on there, on those edges. And then I can either trim this down and put blue around the edge, or I could blend it out completely. I haven't quite decided. I'll stamp another girl on the other side, and then finish this off, and then post it excuse me, on the Facebook page. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining me this evening. I will be back live on Monday morning for our new stamp set of the week. So this one here, this stamp set was Coffee with Friends, and if you order this stamp set during the week, you'll get the components for the different styles of cards that I've made this week. So that would include these Grove dies, for example, and our new coffee and card design will be out tomorrow for coffee and card, and then you'll see that design on Monday. So I look forward to sharing that with you. I'm also preparing my class in a box designs this weekend, so there'll be that to look forward to as well. So thank you so much, everybody. Let me just bring this back up to the screen in case you didn't see it earlier. So there's the one with the black die cut. This is the one with the white that I've coloured and cut out a little bit more of that centre panel. So what I'm going to do is restamp this without the extra stamp on it, and then put some blue around the outside, reposition that on there, and I might just blend out all of that green so it just becomes a green edge. So thank you so much everybody, I appreciate your company this evening. I think Cassie is requesting a walk, so that's next, and it's not actually raining this evening. I got absolutely soaked yesterday, but the sun is shining, so I'm off to do that. Thank you so much Brenda. Kat, Jeanette I know has gone, Scott has gone to cook his dinner. Fran, if you're there still, then hi and welcome and good night, and I'll catch up with you all on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. I know it's only Thursday, but I don't go live on Fridays, so Friday night's always my night off. Thank you so much everyone, take care and thanks for your company. Bye for now.